Howdy, guys and gals. Well, hi, Pine Brook. How are you doing this evening? I hope you're having a good evening. Oh, that's awesome. Full and warm-ish. Well, it is 15 degrees out right now and snowing. We have a nice covering on the roads and in the grass. But that's not going to stop me with doing dinner tonight because we got a really good dinner for you guys tonight. Way colder up there. Yeah, it's actively snowing right now. So, yeah, I didn't think it was going to be snowing when I looked out the door. I kind of thought it was because I went out on my back porch and some things were covered, but I thought that may have been from like yesterday because it hasn't really topped 32. But you never know. But it's not going to stop me with my dinner because I there's three of us in this house. I have three ribeye steaks that I'm fixing for dinner. And I'm going to show you guys how to cook some really good ribeyes. Also, don't mind the brain because, yeah, right? Yeah, look at that. This was $3.77 a pound. Not bad for ribeyes. These are the Angus Prime or Premium Choice. It's Walmart's black carton, which is the better uh, the better cut. They all are very similar in their cut and marbling and everything. And I'll show you once I take these out. But that's not all I'm cooking. I'm going to be doing some fried artichoke hearts and also some Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. So, yeah, I got an exciting live stream tonight. Um, I want to get my biscuits in the oven and stuff like that. A few things done before I actually go out and start my charcoal. Actually, I'm going to go do that right now, as a matter of fact, because I wanted to get everything ready and prepped. That way. Oh, the cheddar biscuits. Oh yeah. I just made them a few months back, and they're like amazing. So I've got to get my coat on because I just told you how cold it is out there, and I will take you guys with me to go start the grill. Yeah, like I said, it's really cold out. I wanted to get my fryer. I had to get my oil changed to my fryer and stuff, so it took me a minute to get going. So, you guys are coming with me. Take one more yummy drink of coffee. And I got the match light charcoal, so it's going to be quicker for me to light tonight than the last time. Sorry it's so dark. Flip the light on for outside. Oh, I wanted to bring you guys out. I got to walk back in and get the charcoal. But yeah, you guys can see that it's actively snowing at the moment. So give us a minute. Yeah. Um, that way it can help pick up the not all that great, but I live in a trailer, and if you live in trailers or a trailer, then you know or have a really good idea of the interference that living in a trailer has. So get you down here, show my girl. Not doing anything, like I said, very fancy with it. Got to get it started. It takes about 20 minutes or so to get ready. Yeah, sorry about that. After I get this baby going, it'll warm up on my back porch. There she goes. That's all it takes for the match light. I'm going to take a couple handfuls of regular charcoal and throw them in there because like I said, I want a nice hot fire. Okay. So that's going to take a little bit to get going. I want that out of the way. I don't want that. Okay, so as that's burning up and not setting anything else on fire because it's too wet out here, too cold, I'm going to go back in and get other things going. Sorry, guys. Okay. Should be much better. Plus, I had to wait for my fryer to heat up. Water and butter. Okay. I'm back here with you guys. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's a little breezy there too. That's one thing that's going to make it so cold tonight and into tomorrow. They've actually canceled school because it's going to be so cold tomorrow. In the morning, when my son would be on getting on the bus, it's supposed to be -2 with -30 wind chill. So yeah, not too keen on that. But I need to get these cooked. I need to get them done. Because we're kind of celebrating a little something tonight. So I'm going to do 2 cans of these fried artichoke hearts. And all it is, I'll show you here in just a second. Get my bowls out. You guys are a little crooked actually. There we go. I think that'll end up being better. Now I'm doing fried artichoke hearts. Not a lot of people have done them. This is actually my first time doing them as well. So a lot of things that I do on my channel are the first time that I'm doing them. A little bit of milk. Oh, probably a little bit too much milk, but oh well. It'll be okay.
It's never too much milk.
Couple eggs. Now I'm going to take my whisk once I find it. A little whisk. I'll mix that up. I'm going to take a little bit of black pepper. A little bit of salt. Whisk that up a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to take my artichoke hearts. Okay. These are artichoke hearts. An artichoke is a big thing. It's got a bunch of spine. It kind of resembles an upside down pineapple in a way, but it's green. This is the very core of it. This is the heart of it. Now, these cans, you just get the canned ones because it's just easier. That's all I did. You can get artichokes, but you'd have to get several of them to get the hearts out of them. And this way, they're already pre-done. Now, if there, you know of another live stream, if you don't mind, run over there and let people know that I'm live. That you know that usually come in here if you could. I mean, I don't mean to hijack somebody's live stream, but you just kind of casually mention or something. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, you maybe can. I don't really connect really much on Facebook. If you could, I mean, if you're connected to a bunch of people, then people that you know that usually come into my stream or something, just let them know. Okay, these are the artichoke hearts. And these are really good just with a little salt and pepper and in a salad or whatever. If I can get this last one out. I'm slicing my fingers open. There we go.
That would be bad.
Yes, it would. Okay, so all you do is you take some seasoned panko breadcrumbs. Yeah, I was wondering too, because I'm 20 minutes in and no. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy just your company, but usually there's a bunch more people in here. Now, not a lot of people know what panko breadcrumbs are. It's a different type of breadcrumb, whereas regular breadcrumbs are really, really small. These have a larger, flakier crust to them. So just to pour a bunch in a bowl. And I don't know where my other seasonings are, but at the moment. Oh, there they are. Found them. Well, got somebody else in there with us. Yes, they're really good with shrimp, but actually they're really good with a lot of things. You want to take about a teaspoon and a half of onion powder, about the same of garlic powder, and they're already seasoned with Italian style seasonings, so just kind of mix it up a little bit. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I just wonder where everybody's at. So this is how you just kind of bread anything else really. You can use regular breadcrumbs. You can use panko. I like the texture of the panko breadcrumbs. And this is the first time I'm going to do this. I'm going to do one real quick. My oil should be hot enough. Don't mind the few dishes in my sink. So always test one out if you've never done it before. Yeah. So the breading apparently isn't wanting to stick. So what I'm going to do, I want to take some Italian regular breadcrumbs, just a few, and kind of mix them in. That way there's a smaller consistency in there as well. See the breading. I gotta fix this. The breading didn't really stick to it, so. I mean, it's all right. I'm going to want to grate my breadcrumbs up a lot more fine. That way they stick a lot better.
Wait, look.
Because I just use the rest of my regular breadcrumbs. So. Okay. Now it's going to have a finer texture along with a little bit of the bigger texture. Oh, hopefully it sticks a little better. Oh, try it now. Yeah, I think that's going to stick a lot better. So regular, yeah. I'm dipping it in the egg mixture first, but it's just wanting to be a pain in the butt. And it's still the panko bread, the breadcrumbs. It's just a finer texture. Panko breadcrumbs are. It's not just regular breadcrumbs that are ground up real fine. It's just, it's a different type of bread. Yeah, that stuck a lot better. I mean, still not magnificent, but I got a lot more breading on it this time. So as you can see, there's a lot more the breading on that this time. Yeah, it happens, and that's fine. I don't mind a lurker here and there. I know I'm in on my phone, so I can see my comments. That may be the extra person you're seeing. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside for the moment because I need to get my I need to get my biscuits together. Stir water together, cheese and biscuit mix until dough forms. Do not overmix. Okay, I won't. Oh, well, that's going to be easy. Bake 14 to 16 minutes. Oh, well, I can wait on that. I got to get the steaks done before I do that, so. Oh, overwhelming. Much better. But one thing I think I need to do is actually let the artichokes dry out more before I bread them, because when you bite into it, the breading, it's nice and crisp, and artichoke is still solid in your mouth, but you get the juiciness, and it's like, wow. And some people may like that, but it has a little bit of a intense flavor to it. Okay, so I'm going to start working with my steaks now. So all I do with my steaks when they're a steak like this. Okay, I've got a bunch of stuff down here, but I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay. These are really good ribeye steaks. I always look through, and I look through a couple packages. They don't generally have many packages like this, but there's 3 of us here. This is a good weighty steak. And it's not just weight that you're looking for. You're looking for okay, let's see. I don't tolerate that kind of talk in my channel. So this kind of a ribeye is really good. It has good marbling. Marbling is, I'm sure you know what it is, but I got a couple other people in here too. Marbling is the fat that's going through the meat. And it has good marbling when every so often, like if you put a finger's width and you get a good, vein of fat, good vein of fat, good vein of fat. Every finger's width or so, you want a good vein of fat running through it. Good vein of fat there. Good vein of fat between, that finger and that finger. And then vein of fat there. And you want to leave these caps of fat on. You can trim them down a little bit if you want, but a lot of people really like them. That's a lot of flavor right there. And again, with this one, nice veins of fat, accompanied by large amounts of meat and muscle. Good fat cap on the side. All I do with something like this, I just had it. Oh, there it is. There's some coffee cup. Oh, yes, it will. You always want to add a lot of flavor, and you want to salt it generously. You don't want to be shy on the salt because that will help the exterior to sear really nice. I mean, you don't want to put like handfuls on, but nice, good amount of salt. And it'll help flavor that fat and meat and distribute it a lot better. And then I take my salt and my my pepper. I have a blend of peppercorn and a little one of these little grinders. And it's got the red peppercorn, black peppercorn, white peppercorn, yellow peppercorn. I do a mixture between the fine grind and the medium grind. Tacos without the shell. One thing you can do, Stringfield, is make cheese taco shells. And I have a video of that. If you want to look back in my videos, I have a video of doing cheese tacos. And all it is you take Pine Brook, what are you doing that for? Okay, it's really, really simple. You don't have to use any oil. All you do is take a skillet, take a little decent amount of cheese, not too much, because you don't want it to be too thick and it won't crisp up. Enough to cover the bottom of the pan, just kind of a small skillet. Enough cheese to cover the bottom of the pan. It'll start to melt. It'll have its own oils that will help it so that it doesn't stick to the pan. And if you see any little bare spots that aren't melting together, and you just add a little extra cheese right there in that bare spot, and just enough to cover, not to really go too thick with it, and let it melt. Once it kind of bubbles up a little bit, flip it, and once you flip it, it'll be good to. You want to kind of like turn it over. What I generally do is I'll add my meat in the middle before I flip it and close it up into a shell, and it's good to go. It'll harden up once it cools, and it'll actually taste, to me, it tastes like a nice smoked a smoked cheddar, because of the way it cooks and stuff, or like a Cheez-It almost. So I've got my artichokes ready. As soon as I pull these off the grill, bring them in. I gotta let these rest. You always want to let a steak rest. So while I'm letting this rest, I'll do my my artichokes, my biscuits, and then we'll dig in. So let me get my coat on, and I will take you guys back outside with me. Um, Pinebrook saw me outside earlier and knows that it's snowing, and it's like 15, 14 degrees out right now. So I've got my phone with me. Once I get outside and kind of get set up a little bit, I'll be able to see your comments again. But at the moment, I can't. Take a plate with me. That way I can take the steaks off the grill and put it on something. Take the steaks with me, of course. Everything will fall together really quick after I come back in with the steaks. And see if I can manage you guys as well. Don't mind my messy house. Can you open that gate for me, Andrew? We have a gate set up in between our living room and our hallway back into other miscellaneous parts of the house, because we have a rabbit and he likes to come back here, and we like to have a little bit of freedom in our bedroom to throw stuff on the floor and stuff and not have to worry about him getting into things and getting himself hurt. So I'm going to get my other light turned on here in just a minute. Yeah, he loves to play Roblox. And how old is Aiden? If he's interested, we can get my son playing with him. There we go. That might be a little. Sorry, I'm getting my email is in the description. If you want to send if you know his name on Roblox, they can become Roblox friends and play together. That would be cool. My son's always looking for new friends to play with on Roblox and stuff. Yeah, that would be really cool. Okay. So I got to spread my charcoal out. I want to add some extra charcoal because I know once I get everything going, it's going to want to cool down. So I always add extra charcoal before I cook something like this. Okay. You guys can see the snow over. Oh yeah, it's tonight. It's going to be like early in the morning. I don't know exactly what time it's going to be that, but it's going to be -2 with -30-degree wind chills. As you can see, there's kind of sparks going around and stuff. A little windy, but that ain't going to hurt nothing. Oh, I will be right back in, guys. Right back out. Sorry. Ah. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I had to get my tongs. Ain't gonna cook nothing if I don't have my tongs. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It didn't go anywhere, did it? I mean, that stuff could walk off any second. You guys see, this is just from the past couple hours of it. Grab that with my hands. Oh, I'm going to put it on the grill with my hands, but I've got to clean my grill off first. I had the last thing I cooked on here was ribs, and I don't want any of that rib, on my steak. That rib flavor. I'm just cleaning off my grate. I have a 22-inch Weber kettle grill, and this thing is so versatile. I'd like to have a bigger, thicker grate for it. Oh wow. Yeah, I'd like a thicker grate. That way my sear marks are a lot better. But this works fine for me. We like our steaks a good medium. So they're going to cook about 3 minutes on each side. I want that grate to get really hot. So I'm going to take a minute. You guys see that? That's pretty cool. Even with my grill right here heating everything up. I want that flameage that's in there, but I also want my grate to be really searing hot. That way when I put the steaks on, they completely sear, and that locks in all that flavor. So I want them to be extremely hot. And flameage. One thing that people make a mistake of using is a meat fork. A meat fork is not good for steaks. And that's because when you're cooking a steak and you sear it, you're searing in all those juices. If you puncture that steak, all those juices are going to run right out of that steak, and then you're not going to have anything left. Oh, nice. We're having some really good 1.5 inch. I'd say these are a good 1.5 inch thick ribeyes tonight. We're doing a little celebrating. If you guys have been on my live streams the past night, well, yesterday actually, you kind of get an idea why. Even next to my hot grill. Well, we have a friend that is currently pregnant, and it was an unplanned thing, and she doesn't want the baby, so she's given us the baby. So in proxy, we're having a baby. It's due in about 6 months. We don't know the sex yet. Yeah. No, that's not a joke. Yeah, we've been kind of trying on our own, and because of health issues and stuff with Ashley, she can't. We were told that once she loses weight, it's a possibility, but uh, her blood pressure is up way too high, and it wouldn't be a good idea for her to have one. So yeah, our friend, she's about 14 weeks or so now, 13, 14 weeks, and we're gonna follow it. She's a good friend of ours, and there's not going to be any problems with the adoption. Everything's going to go straight through just fine, and we're going to be at the hospital, and we've talked about a lot already. There's still a lot more we're going to talk about, but what is Medicops? What are you talking about? Thank you for coming on my channel, but I don't know what you're talking about. So tonight is going to be bitterly cold. I'm out here because I will grill in any weather, and even my nose is steaming. It's so cold. But no, that's not the cigarette smoke. But thank you. Yeah, we have been trying, and this just happened to be a great opportunity. She's not in the best position right now to be able to take care of another child. Her youngest has some health issues and stuff, and she's kind of having a hard time with it. So having another one would just add extra stress, and it's going to be open. She's going to be the aunt. So yeah, I mean, we're already starting to buy baby stuff. We went to Walmart today and looked at a bunch of stuff, and she's been looking online the past few days, and Medicop's comic book, okay. Comic book fan, huh? That's kind of an obscure comic. We are in Missouri, just south of St. Louis. I'm sure you guys can see the snow kind of coming down a little bit, maybe some of the little flurries. It's not like a heavy snow, it's just a light flurry, but it's enough to accumulate a little bit. Okay, so I think my grill is hot enough, or my grate. My ribeyes are nice and cold. You always want a cold ribeye. That way your outside gets nice and done, and your inside, the inside gets to the temperature you want it to be. And whenever you do a meat like this, you always want a little space between your steaks. That way you have good airflow. You want them all facing the same general direction. Fat cap is on one side, and that way when you turn them, you know where you're at with them. It depends on the how you want it cooked. Rare would be about 2 minutes on each side. Medium is 3 to 4 minutes on each side, depending on the thickness of the steak. These ones is going to be um, a little more towards the 4 minute mark because they're so thick. These are no joke. These weren't cheap steaks, so I'm gonna I gotta do these good. If I don't, Ashley will beat me. See that flame kind of coming up because there's fat that's already kind of starting to melt off a little bit, and that fat goes down there and it'll flame it up. If it gets too high, I put my lid on it. I don't want it to burn the steak, but I want it to give it a good sear. Yeah, cooking them in a cast iron skillet is really good if you don't uh, have a grill or you don't want to come out and put them on the grill. You guys see that smoke coming up? Oh, that smells so good, guys. Yeah, you got to have that nice crusty layer on top of your ribeye. If you don't, it's not going to hold those juices in and they're not going to be as good. What I like to do is a minute or two in, I will turn my grate. That way, if I have any hot spots, this steak is going to cook just like this steak. Okay, what am I having with them? I'm going to, when these get off the grill, I'm going to be going in, I'm going to be doing fried artichoke hearts. I already got everything set up. My fryer's hot and ready to go. I'm going to also be doing Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. So it's going to be a nice dinner tonight. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry, Pinebrook. I hope it's nothing too serious. No, we're not much of drinkers here. Ashley my wife just had gastric bypass surgery. So, back in August, like 5 months ago. So, she drinks. She can drink like literally that much out of a wine cooler, and she's gone. Uh, she's drunk. So, we're not much of drinkers here. I've never really been a big drinker. You guys can see that smoke coming off. Now it's tacos. Irish, cool. We if you guys, just as a little heads up, if you guys can get out tomorrow and you have an Aldi's and you are in need of ground beef, they have 5-pound rolls of 70. That flamed up pretty good. You guys can really, and sorry about if that sound is pretty windy, and I have some my roofing, my back porch. I haven't been able to replace it yet since we've moved here, and it's plastic, so it bounces when it gusts. So you guys can't really see it, but I have some really good sear marks on these. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that old lady, but if you're swallowing flies, then there's something wrong with you. Cervical cancer is a pretty mean thing, and I don't play around about that. So please be respectful. If you're going to be in my chat, of those that may have or may be going through a situation like that, you guys may be able to see that sear mark. Yeah, you guys can see those okay. Okay, so I'm going to put the lid back on because I think they're searing up okay, but I don't want them to, the outside to overcook. Well, I get 1.5. My son will eat one, a full one, with the way he eats. And my wife, she eats very little because of the surgery she just had. So it doesn't matter which one. They're all really, really good looking, and we all like them about the same, temperature. Cooking them all the same exact way. She is. She is averaging about 20 pounds a month. She has hit her 100-pound mark since her surgery. She had her surgery August 13th of last year. So yeah, she's doing really good with it. Thank you for asking about it. These guys can see the smoke coming up. You guys, I wish you guys could smell this. But my flames are coming up really good, which means it's the fat is melting off, which is really good. There's still going to be a lot on there on that fat cap on the side, which is actually going to give it a nice flavor. A lot of people think fat and meat is a bad thing, but actually that's where all the flavor is at. And that's why when you pick a ribeye, no, not quite. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. Had it a little loose. They'll be done here in just a minute. I like to crisscross my sear marks, and what you do is after it's done on each side, you turn it 90 degrees. So now my sear marks are going this way that I've already done, and now I'm going to have sear marks going this way, so it adds a nice crosshatch. And do it that way for about, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. Yours would be done already. Well, they'll be done here in just a minute. You have to remember these are 1.5 thick steaks. So they take a little while to get that center nicely done. So you don't want to overdo it. Or you don't want to underdo it either, or else the center will end up being rare. One thing about steaks, the way you can tell that they're done, is by the firmness of the steak. If you get a steak, if you feel it when it's before you put it on, it's really soft and spongy. If you know what a steak feels like when it's charcoal cooked, you know it's not really firm. A medium is literally in the middle of that. And they will continue to cook some. As they sit on the plate. That smells so good. Okay, guys, give me just a minute. I'll be right back out to grab you guys. I just don't have an extra hand, so. Okay. Please don't mind the mess while I'm making you guys short again. Have you guys on a tripod and sorry, you guys are kind of all over the place. I know, probably getting dizzy. Okay. That's what happens when I'm having to do this myself sometimes. Okay, I'm back. I've got a couple other things to do. I've got these fried artichokes I've got to do, and I've got to get some biscuits going, which don't take a minute, but a minute makes 10 biscuits. So some biscuit mix. Doing Red Lobster cheddar baked biscuits. These take 15 minutes to cook. Those steaks are resting and they're fine just how they are. Yes, it's a deep fat fryer. Water. I know, but there are some things that I still have to use it for. I don't use it very often. It's a rare occasion. Half a cup of shredded cheese. I know, I've been in the process of weaning out of using a fryer. So we had an air fryer. We have to end up getting another one. My wife kind of ruined it, but I told that story yesterday. She melted it on the stove. The stove was on, she didn't realize it, and the bottom, the whole thing melted, and it was a sad day. Okay, so 425. Yeah, it was a sad day, and we just have to end up getting another one. They're like $60, and we got so much going on right now. There's still some repairs I have to do to the house. We moved in back in March. This is a mobile home, and there's some flooring I still have to replace in some places, and we'll get another one, and we'll throw this out once we're able to. Another air fryer. We really enjoyed using the air fryer. I don't like idiots in my room. Okay, so now that the idiot is gone. I always use parchment paper on my baking pan. Do what?
More than an hour.
Yeah, you're done. I've just been busy.
Sorry, baby, I'm asleep.
No, don't be sorry, sweetheart.
I just got really warm and all of a sudden I got sleepy. Gone.
I understand, sweetheart. Homemade bacon using hot dogs in a rolling pin. I don't think that would make bacon because
It's not the right type of pork.
it's not the. Yeah, and hot dogs aren't all pork. I need my Ashley in here to moderate, but she fell asleep. But it's okay.
Suck it. Warm and cozy under my blanket.
Yeah, it happens.
Mm. Gotta take all the tags off the Ranger. Gotta take the tags off the Ranger.
Okay, so I got these. Well, thank you, MMG. MMG. I appreciate that.
No, I gotta log out and log back in.
Okay.
I'll be there in a minute, baby.
Andrew, not while I'm. Go ahead. You can't come up behind me like that, bud. So, Butter biscuits. Oven for 14 to 16 minutes. While I'm doing that, I'm going to try to get these fried artichoke hearts done up real quick. An egg and milk mixture and breadcrumbs. What I did is I had panko breadcrumbs, but they didn't end up sticking very well, so I just kind of macerated them in a little. It's made generally for like drinks and stuff, or like shakes, and it's kind of like a little Ninja, but it's the cheap brand. So, and they work better.
Your man hasn't came in?
No, I texted him to let him know, but he never came in. So
He might be working. Or busy.
yeah. No, they're sitting off to the side. These kind of steaks, even if they've cooled down a lot, they're still amazing. You want to let them rest like 5 to 10 minutes. So in the meantime, they're just sitting off to the side.
It's really good stuff.
So where are you from, M. McG?
Probably needs food too.
Do what?
Oh, Bob.
Okay. I've never been to Ireland. I think it would be an awesome place to visit. Loads of booze, yeah. I can imagine.
I've never been outside the United States, so. What, did you go out the United States, Nate?
I've been out of it, yeah. So I was in the army at the time, so.
You was in Afghanistan. And across the country before all the war and stuff.
8 pints and no dinner tonight. Wow. Yeah, I'm not much of a drinker. Neither is Ashley. She can't hold her liquor at all anymore. I mean, she gets wasted after a few sips.
If you never stop talking too long, that irritated.
My drink is coffee. Love barbecue from the States, yeah. It's some amazing stuff.
Told you Mo Man was busy. He was doing his taxes.
Do what?
Mo Man just came in. He said, I told you he was busy. He was doing his taxes.
Yeah. Hey, Mo Man, how you doing? Getting your taxes done, huh?
And he said, see what you do now, I gotta go have coffee.
What's that?
Frank said, see what you did, what you do now, I gotta go have coffee.
Gotta have this coffee, huh? So do I. I drink a pot in the morning and a pot in the evening. When I don't drink a pot in the evening, I don't feel right. So these are artichoke hearts, just canned. If you wanted to do fried artichoke hearts and you wanted to buy fresh, you're going to be buying like 30 artichoke hearts or artichokes just to get the hearts out of them. So yeah, that one's not going to fry up very well, but I'll try it anyway. Well, what is coffee made of? You got to put a whole bunch of water in to get your coffee. That's how I get my water intake for the day. Yeah, these are just canned artichokes, artichoke hearts.
Artichokes have carbs, do they?
27 grams of carbs, 10% of the recommended daily value. It's because of what they sit in for the juice, and artichokes have a lot of starches in them. Okay, so those are done. Biscuits got about another 6 minutes, and in that time, you guys get to see my dirty kitchen. And look at these. Look at all that juice sitting right there. Look at that, guys. Look how good that looks. How did I tell you I like my steak? Does that look medium to you? Okay. You'll get your plate. Ashley's over here holding her hand out. Oh my god, this is so good, guys. Whew. A nice pink all the way through, guys. I don't know if you can tell. Look at that. And you can see the juices just coming out. Oh my god. I can't do this. I can't sit here. Look how juicy these are, guys. Look. Look at that juice. Just look how juicy that is. No, he didn't. And that's a shame. Because he would have had a fun time tonight. Oh my god, these are so good. Wow. I told you. Wow. Well, thank you for coming in my stream. If you got to get going, I'm still going to chat for just a minute while I get plates prepared.
What time is it?
6 hours ahead.
So
Probably about right now. So what?
So it's like early morning.
Yeah, like 1 o'clock in the morning. Here's the cheddar baked biscuits. We usually eat on plastic plates because, you know, don't want to take a chance of breaking them, but this is too good to and I was an idiot and bought steak sauce, but I'm not gonna need it at all. And this is gonna be way too much for Ashley, but okay. Okay. I gotta do this real quick, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta have the coffee. Gotta have it.
Has the gate been open long?
Oh no, sorry, I forgot to close it.
Andrew. Yeah. I need you to please come close this gate so you can spill it out.
This is just the garlic herb sauce that goes over the biscuits. Well, there you go. Sit in front of the fireplace, get all nice and cozy. Watch the Googler cook, show you how to make a damn fine ribeye. Guys, it's going to be a lot of meat for her. She's not going to be able to eat even half of it. So, really appreciate you guys coming and watching my live stream. I do every time. If you want to send me an email, it's in the description. If you have a few pennies you want to spare, we're getting ready to have a baby. I got to get some of the house fixed up, and every penny counts. Every penny helps. If you have a few dollars or a few pennies or dimes or nickels that you have sitting around in your PayPal or that you can spare and donate, every little bit helps. Um, and it helps me to be able to bring you these great live streams where I can show you things like this. And I know you're not indulging in the food, but you guys can really get a good idea of how to get it cooked the right way and have fun doing it too, because we have a lot of fun. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Sorry, my mind went blank for a second. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up for me. I haven't seen any thumbs up yet. And if there's anything you guys want to talk to me about, ask me, want to see me do, send me an email. I always leave you guys with a bite. And this bite, nice pinkish, medium colored ribeye steak. I love you guys. Till next time. Enjoy that ribeye